Okay, today we're going to be taking this HP Z400 and these drives that are hanging out here, and we are going to be dropping them into our brand new Rosewill L4500U chassis that we just got. You can see the review of this one on my last video. So let's do it. So we will start unmounting those drives from the fractal drive cage that's sticking out of my HP Z400 Workstation that is currently my server, so that we can get these guys onto them. And then we can start working on getting the hardware out of the Z400 and into the Rosewill case. So let's start doing that. So we can see here we have 5 8TB discs, and they're just in a fractal design drive sled. It's supposed to go into a fractal define R5. And we can see here we have our 8TB Iron Wolves. So let's get these unmounted. And out of the Rosewill, we get our drive cage here. So we can see it will fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drives. It's got a big fan in the front, and this just slides in and out. So we will fill this guy up with these drives, and we'll take them out and put them in with our slides. And these are pretty easy to get on. They have a tab here so that they will only fit on one way. So the tab will only fit with these little notches that stick out here. You can see it sticking out. And one down here, you can see it sticking out by my pinky finger. You can see it sticking out. Those will fit into the screw holes. And if we try and fit them into the screw holes this way, the tab stops that from happening. So we gotta put it on this way. There's one. And we should just be able to slide this down into a slot. So we've discovered what our pack of metal rails are. That is to set on top of these to lock in our drive cages. So our drive cages, these sit on top. And when you slide this tray in, this tab catches on a slot in the server chassis so that this does not slide in and out. Cool. Okay, let's get all of these done. And we left our power behind, so let's get that out of there. They've wired it onto the inside of here for some reason. It doesn't really make sense. I think it should go on the outside here. So we're gonna have to take off the fan with the 4 screws and then slide it out one way or the other. Okay, so it doesn't want to fit. I would have imagined they would have been able to make the fan slide through here, but it just won't make it. So they've given us some small through holes to take off this front grill with the fan attached. So we'll put the fan screws back in and we'll take off the grill. Okay, so here's our fan power, which is very bundled up. And we will reattach. Okay, kind of a pain, but we've got the fan power out and we can put our drives back in. Okay, that is one hefty cage. Okay, so now we're going to work on getting the 5 4TB drives out of this server. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll work on getting the motherboard out with all our PCI cards, and we will put it into our Rosewill case. Power supply, everything. So let's do that. Okay, let's round up these and get them into one of these cages. Okay, as you saw, I got all these 4TB Iron Wolf drives out of the HP Z400 chassis. We will mount these with the Rosewill drive slides and get them into a drive cage. So let's work on that. So you'll see some of these are older, some of them are newer. I've been adding on storage as the years go by, and we've just done a very big upgrade to the 8TB drives. So we'll have 2 separate pools. We'll have this 20TB pool, and then we'll have a 40TB pool. It'll be RAID 5, so they won't be quite that much. We'd lose 1 disk to the RAID 5 in each pool. I don't think I'd go beyond 5 disks for a RAID 5. I would probably go to a RAID 6 if we were to go much larger than 5 drives. So I'll see here, I'll be taking out the drive sleds for the empty bay. I've already got the 5 by 8TB drive bay in the center there. I'm just going to take out this bottom one to slide in the drive bay with the 4TB drives. Now I wanted to be kind of airflow conscious here, so I did end up putting the drives at either end of the chassis, and the center drive bay was just for airflow. And then later on, when I put in the motherboard and the SATA cables and everything, it's difficult for the SATA cables to reach all the way up to the other end opposite of the SATA ports on the motherboard. So this does end up becoming the 4TB drives in the leftmost bay and the 8TB drives in the center bay, and then the top one is empty all the way on the right. That's the way I have it because I didn't have any SATA cables that were extra long. So it's fairly easy to reconfigure your drive bays here. They slide in and out. They have some screws to secure them so that not just anyone can try and pull them out. There's no handles on the front or anything like that to be able to do that anyway. You would need like a screwdriver or something like that to be able to do that. So once they're clicked in, you need to be able to depress those 2 tabs to slide them out, as well as a couple of screws you'll see me putting in here. So this is part 2 of this video. Next week we will have part 3, where we take the motherboard and the PCI cards and the power supply out of the Z400 chassis and fit it into the Rosewill chassis. That's a little bit of a difficult task because, as we find out, HP doesn't like to play nice with standardized parts. So we'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one.
Now we'll take the...
Thanks for watching. Bye!